Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to live Storytime. My name is Miss Mary, and I have some wonderful stories to share with you today. Today I am reading stories in honor of AAPI month, which is Asian American Pacific Islander month. And I found in my journey to read stories featuring Asian and Asian American characters, I found some beautiful, beautiful stories that I cannot wait to share with you. And as always, I'm just going to wait for some people to arrive before I begin. Just a couple of things as a reminder, as always, with shout outs. I always love it if you leave a comment and I will give you a shout out. So please say hello in the comments and I will do that for you. And also, just a reminder that sometimes almost always there is a lag and a delay with me seeing comments. So if you say something and I haven't responded yet, I either haven't seen it yet or I'm in the middle of a story, and I always just wait until I'm done with a story before I give a shout out back. So again, I see some people have arrived. Please say hello if you're here. And again, I am reading stories in honor of Asian American Pacific Islander month. And I found some really, really beautiful ones that I found so many actually that I really wanted to make this a two-parter. So next week I am also going to be reading what I don't get to today. So, hi Cynthia, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to get started with my first book, which I think has, I'm a big fan of like trying not to judge a book by its cover, but it has a beautiful cover. But it also has an absolutely beautiful title. And you don't always think of that when you're picking a book to read. So this one is called Eyes That Kiss in the Corners by Joanna Ho. So a beautiful cover and a beautiful title. Here we go. Okay. Some people have eyes like sapphire lagoons with lashes like lace trim on ball gowns, sweeping their cheeks as they twirl, big eyes, long lashes, but not me. I have eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea. My eyes are just like Mama's. Mama's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea crinkle into crescent moons when she comes home from work. She scoops me in her arms, eyes sparkling like starlight, and tickles me until we laugh ourselves onto the floor. When Mama tucks me in at night, her eyes tell me that I'm a miracle. In those moments when she's all mine, flecks of dancing gold tell me I'm hers too. My mama is my sun and sky, and her eyes are just like Ama's. Ama's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea don't work like they used to. But she sees all the way into my heart and can even read my mind. Her eyes are filled with so many stories, I can fall inside them and swim until time stops. I see Guanyin with the Monkey King sitting on a lotus, serene, baubles of lychee on trees, and mountains that reach for the sea. My Amma never ages, and her eyes are just like Maymay's. Maymay is her little sister. Maymay's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea blink against the window until I come home from school. They disappear beneath her two-toothed smile when I walk in the door. She toddles after me, gazing up at me like I am her best present. I hope she looks at me like that forever, because when she looks at me in that May way, I feel like I can fly. I love that way of describing a younger sibling. Maymay's eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea are just like mine. My eyes crinkle into crescent moons and sparkle like the stars. Gold flecks dance and twirl while stories whirl in their oolong pools, carrying tales of the past and hope for the future. My eyes find mountains that rise ahead and look up when others shut down. My lashes curve like swords of warriors, and through them I see kingdoms in the clouds. My eyes that kiss in the corners and glow like warm tea are a revolution. They are Mama and Amma and Maymay. They are me, and they are beautiful. And that is the story of Eyes That Kiss in the Corners. I just think such a beautiful story, beautiful illustrations, beautifully told, and I love that there were so many generations included in that story as well. And I also I think, that's a beautiful way to describe her eyes. And I love that, like, warm tea. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful imagery in that book. So if you have just arrived, please say hello in the chat, and I will be sure to give you a shout out. My name is Miss Mary, and today I am reading stories that feature Asian American and Asian characters in honor of Asian American Pacific Islander Month. And this is part one of a two-part series of books featuring. Hi, Amy. Hi, Brian. Brian says, thank you for all the stories. Oh, thanks, Brian. Absolutely, you're welcome. I love sharing stories with all of you and finding out, finding new good ones every week. It's so exciting for me. So, and a big shout out to a lot of these books came from other libraries because either our copy was checked out or we didn't own it. But we are going to because I ordered them. So a big shout out to the other libraries in Suffolk County for sending these to me so I'm able to share them with you. Okay. This next story is by Kat Zhang, and it's called Amy Wu and the Perfect Bow. And I am always, always learning. So I wanted to make sure I was saying bow correctly. So I Googled it and YouTubed it and listened to people saying it. But then right in the front of the book, so helpful. The author says bow like you're bowing to someone. Not like bow, not like hair bow, bow. That's a really helpful way to learn a new word. Here we go. Amy Wu and the Perfect Bow. Amy can do a lot of things. She can brush her teeth. She can tie her shoe. She can even do both at once. Sort of. But there's one thing Amy cannot do. She cannot make the perfect bow. Sometimes they come out too small. Sometimes they come out too big. Sometimes she adds too much filling. Sometimes not enough. And sometimes they fall apart before they even reach her mouth. Amy's mom and dad make perfect bow. So does her grandma. Their bow are soft and fluffy and so delicious. Amy could eat them all day. And sometimes she does. Today, Amy is going to do it. She is going to make the world's most perfect bow. Bow making is an all-day event. Amy's dad starts in the morning, mixing together the ingredients for the dough. Then it's time to knead. He pushes the dough, he punches the dough. Amy gives it a try, too. They leave the dough to rise. Amy keeps an eye on it, just in case. It grows bigger and bigger and even bigger. It's like the pizza dough from that story from a couple of weeks ago, right? Amy's dad squishes the dough down just in time. He rolls it into a log and cuts it into pieces. Meanwhile, Amy's mom seasons meat for the filling. Okay, they're using garlic, mushrooms, ginger, salt, and pepper. Everyone gathers around the table and rolls up their sleeves. It's time to get to work. Amy's first bow turns out a little funny. So does the second. It's hard to know how much filling to add. Too little, and the bow is sad and empty. Too much, and whoops! It's also hard to pinch the bow shut just right. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Amy watches her mom make a perfect bow. She watches her dad make a perfect bow. And her grandma, too. They all try to teach her. Roll out the dough like this, says Amy's dad. Use just enough filling, says Amy's mom. Pinch, 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 says Amy's grandma. But Amy's bow just aren't the same. They are too empty, or too fat, or they have holes in them and they leak. Maybe today won't be the day after all. Maybe Amy just can't make a perfect bow. I don't know. I think she can. Then Amy has an idea. The pieces of dough were cut for grown-up hands, but Amy's hands are very small. It's true. Amy's grandma cuts each piece of dough into 2 smaller pieces, Amy-sized pieces. Now they fit perfectly in Amy's palms. What a great idea! Good idea, Grandma. Carefully, Amy rolls the dough so it's thicker on the inside and thinner at the edges. She adds just the right amount of filling. She pinches it shut. And there it is! Amy's perfect bow! Oh. She makes another, and another, and even more after that. Soon, all the dough and filling are gone. Everyone is tired, but they're not done yet. Amy's grandma boils a big pot of water. It's time to steam the bow. Amy keeps an eye on the steamer, just in case. All her perfect bow, and all the imperfect ones too, are snug inside. The bow are done. Amy's mom lifts the lid off the steamer. Whoosh! Out comes a puff of steam, and Amy can't see anything at all. The steam clears. There are Amy's perfect bow. They are not too small. They are not too big. They have just the right amount of filling, and they do not leak. They are soft and fluffy and so, so delicious. Amy eats one, then another. Then she eats one of the not-so-perfect bao. And you know what? It tastes just as good. And then she gets to share them with her friends at school. What a great idea. And in the back of this book is the Amy's family recipe for bao. And when Amy said that this is an all-day event to make these, that recipe, I read it. It's an all-day event to make those. So, but it sounds like they're very tasty and worth it. So, I hope you liked that story about Amy Wu and the perfect bao. And you know what? Sometimes when we're trying something new or trying to do something perfectly, it can be hard. And what a great thought that her grandmother had, that recipe was made for grown-up hands like mine and Amy's dad and grandma and mom, but Amy has little hands. So it didn't make sense to make bao the way her grown-ups were making it. It seems so simple when you think about it that way. So sometimes you have to adjust things when you're younger in order to learn how to do them. So just a great story, determination. And that's another, I love the page too about, she ate one of the imperfect ones too. And it tasted just as good. I always say that. I love to bake. And sometimes what I bake doesn't always turn out like the picture in the cookbook or on the blog or anything like that. And I'm like, well, it doesn't look perfect, but it tastes just as good, you know? It has the same ingredients as the ones that look better. So it still tastes good, it just doesn't look the same, but that's okay. So I love that she ate one of those not so perfect ones too. She put a lot of effort into it. So my next story today is another one I loved about this little girl, and it's called Grandpa Grumps by Katrina Moore. And you can see on the cover, like, he is definitely grumpy. But Daisy, the little girl in this story, is determined to get him to giggle. Let's see if she does it. Okay, make sure you can see. This one is like a long book. Okay. On Sunday, Daisy double-checked her list. This will be the best week ever. Yeye was coming to visit from China. She couldn't wait to meet him. He's here! He's here! She looked at him closely. She saw a head like her daddy's, but with less hair. A button nose just like hers, and a jolly round belly perfect for hugging. Humph, Yeye grumbled. Thought Daisy. Grandpa isn't jolly. Does he not like hugs? She tried something else. Would you like some tea? Yeye nodded. Hooray! Tea party! Yeye grumbled. He might not love wearing the crown. Grandpa's grumpy, thought Daisy. This will not do. I have to make him smile before he leaves. On Monday, Daisy popped into Yeye's room. I made hot cocoa with extra marshmallows. Ugh, Yeye grumbled. On Tuesday, Daisy wanted Yeye to read to her. Yeye looked at her book. He looked at Daisy. Yeye grumbled. He handed Daisy his newspaper instead. Do, said Yeye. Daisy looked at his newspaper. She looked at Yeye. do some art? Daisy hoped he'd smile, but he didn't. Day and night, Daisy tried to make Yay smile, and day and night, he didn't. By Friday, Yay still hadn't smiled. This week wasn't turning out like Daisy had hoped. Mama, why is Yay such a grump? He shows love in other ways, said Mama. Thought Daisy. How could I show Yay love in another way? Daisy had an idea. She looked at her drawing. She hoped he'd like it. Look, it's Daisy and Yay and 2 cups of tea. Daisy peeked into Yay's room. No grumbling, no Yay. She was all alone. She left his surprise on the bed and meant to leave, but she didn't. What was this? Yay's newspaper. He saved it. He saved his newspaper with her drawing on it. And what was this? A present. He shows love in other ways, thought Daisy. Daisy had a new idea. And you can't really see it, but this is a recipe, and it's written in Chinese. On Saturday, Daisy waited for Yay. Do? Asked Daisy. Yay looked at the recipe card. He looked at Daisy. He did not grumble. Making progress. Do together, said Yay. Daisy smiled and nodded. This might be it. This might be what gets him to smile. Rice? Rice, Yay said with a nod. Fun. Fun, Daisy repeated. Yay pulled an egg from the refrigerator and said, Done. Done, Daisy repeated. Sizzle, toss, splash. Yay's hands danced. If I tried that, it would be all over the kitchen floor. Yay is very talented. Looks funny, said Daisy. Yay grumbled. She tasted something sweet, but not like a marshmallow, as well as something salty that sizzled and melted just like a snowflake. So many flavors, new, warm, and exciting, were dancing around in her mouth. Chow fun, said Yay. Yum, said Daisy. Her fingers wobbled. She picked up a lump and dropped it. Right onto Yay's slipper. He scrunched up his button nose. Oops! She waited for Yay to grumble. But he didn't! Soon Yay was laughing so hard his belly jiggled up and down. Daisy thought he might pat her head, but he didn't. Instead, he opened his arms wide. It was the jolliest, most perfect hug. I love that. She's reading him her story, and he's also wearing a princess crown. On Sunday, it was Yay's turn to surprise Daisy. He hoped she'd smile. And she did. He gave her a plane ticket to go visit him in China. And she did. It was time to make a new list. Things to do with Yay in China. Fly a kite, ink painting, sing a Chinese song, and a couple of things that I can't see. And there's also a recipe at the end of this book for what Yeye made, the chow fan. And so that is the story of Grandpa Grumps. I just really loved this story. I didn't intend it, but the two of the books that I've read today featured food. And food is such an important thing to so many cultures. And that's a great way, cooking and learning. What a great way to connect with family. And, Daisy's Yeye probably didn't speak much English. And there was probably some confusion with what she was saying, and he didn't know how to reply, and things like that. But by the end of the week, she certainly got him to smile and laugh. And I also love what her mother said, that he shows love in different ways. And that's very true. We all show love in different ways. So I think they learned a lot from each other. Okay, I think I have time for one more book today. This one is pretty quick. This one is called Peek, a Thai Hide and Seek by Min Fong Ho. And I just love the idea that hide and seek can be played anywhere, right? Jadai, baby, peekaboo, want to play? Where are you? You see her? Swip, 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 swip. Jadai, peekaboo. Oh, hi, dragonfly. Is that you? Stop that tickling in my ear. Is my baby hiding here? There she is. Ichi, ichi egg. Ichi, ichi egg. Jadai, peekaboo, red-tailed rooster, so it's you. Flap your wings in the cold dawn air. Is my baby somewhere near? He still can't see her. Whoo, 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 whoo. Jadai, peekaboo. Oh, puppy dog, it's just you. Sniff behind that rattan chair. Is my baby crouching there? No, she's not behind the chair. Thoom, 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 thoom. Jadai, peekaboo, greenback turtle, so it's you. Dive beneath the water clear. Is my baby splashing here? There she is. Jiak, jiak, Jadai, peekaboo, furry monkey, is that you? Perched up high in the banyan fair. Is my baby swinging there? There she is. Gawk, 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 gawk. Jadai, peekaboo, oh, hornbill, so it's you. Stop that drilling so I can hear if my baby's somewhere near. Hiss, 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 hiss. Jadai, peekaboo, slithery snake, it's only you. Coiled behind the orchid rare, watching with that glinty stare. You see her? Whom prowl, whom prowl. Jadai, peekaboo, oh, elephant, so it's you. Lift the flap of your floppy ear. Is my baby hiding there? Not hiding under the elephant's ear. Chrome crom, chrome crom. Jadai, peekaboo, lazy crocodile, it's just you. What a smile you have. What a sneer. I hope my baby's nowhere near. You see her at the very top, running away. Roar, roar. Jadai, peekaboo, bright striped tiger, so it's you. Did you lure her into your lair? Did you eat her up in there? No, she's right there. She's safe. Enough, baby, of this peekaboo. No more hiding. Where are you? You see her? Jadai, Papa, peekaboo. Here I am. I found you. And I love this last page of all of the adventures they had. Okay, so that was Peek, a tie, hide and seek. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the stories that I shared with you today. I really just loved the characters. I loved the messages that, some things are universal. Learning how to cook with a family member, playing hide and seek is a fun game anywhere. And yeah, just the importance of family too. I think just such beautiful messages, beautiful characters, beautiful illustrations this week. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 of my celebration of Asian American Pacific Islander Month. And my nose is itchy for some reason. It must be allergies. So thank you so much for tuning in. Brian says thank you and have a good day. Thank you so much, Amy and Brian. Thank you for tuning in again. I hope you loved the stories. And I will be back next week with more stories to share. So until then, be well. Enjoy these nice weather coming up the next few days. Nice and warm. Get outside and have some fun. And stay healthy, stay safe. And I'll see you next week with more stories. Bye, everyone.